Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Da-da-da-da-da. All right.
We are gonna rank the Halo games. There's one for every section. It's perfect.
All right. Halo 1, Combat Evolved. What are we thinking?
An easy B. It's no B or C. It's your baseline.
A C?
It's your baseline. Everything's got to live off of the original Halo. You gotta
Here's my argument of why I
mix.
think Combat Evolved should be an A. All right. I know this is so personal, but Combat Evolved was my first-person shooter ever. Playing fucking Blood Gulch in like 6th grade and just doming people with the sniper and the invisibility in the middle of the map. It was magical. Pistols only on Hagnum High. Amazing.
See, Sean, I'm a big campaign guy, and
I'm a big multiplayer.
Halo has a great campaign. It captured audiences, but it's real repetitive, and the game is aged. It's an old bird. I think that we have to put a little separation between our childhood experience and an objective look at the game. So I think it would be appropriate to do a B, since you think A and I'm a BC.
Or you want to go B?
I think it's a B.
Let me make one more point, and if you don't agree, then we gotta all just admit, Halo 1 Cortana's kind of a baddie. Come on,
Okay, actually, let me be real with you. Halo 1 Cortana, like Combat Evolved Original, when I was younger, not good. Nowadays, I see that piece of electronic warfare, and my electrodes start firing. Let me tell you. A B for Halo Combat Evolved.
Alright. Halo 2. I already know where I want to put Halo 2.
Okay, you just drop it on the board, and we'll see the emotional reaction I get. Yeah, no, Sean. See, I understand where you're coming from, because Halo's basically one of two things, and it is one of these things. It's either a bunch of college students got to develop a game for about 5 years, they had all the time in the world, and this was the final product, which is pretty good. Or a group of some of the best game programmers and developers in the world made a game in like 9 months, which is also pretty good. But
okay, hold on. Let me ask you this: between the campaigns of Combat Evolved and Halo 2, Halo 2's campaign is. Now, I'm not saying story-wise, because I won't speak on the story until we get into later installments. Because there's one installment in this that I believe the story will pull it through, alright? More than anything else. I will say, playing through the campaign, it is unequivocally a better time to go through Halo Combat Evolved than it is to go through Halo 2.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you for 2 reasons in particular. A, Halo's campaign maps are good, but they're very repetitive. And B, Halo doesn't have a whole lot of plot going on. Like, there's
Not
some,
yet.
you know?
Not yet.
Yeah. Halo Combat Evolved is it's got the spicy with the flood and whatnot, but it's a pretty run-of-the-mill, shit, we're fighting aliens, shit, there's worse aliens, blow up the aliens, call it a night kind of game. But Halo 2 is the first game that really dives into like Halo lore. Like the opening scene isn't you chilling with Master Chief. It's the guy that was trying to kill you for the entire first game getting fired, getting charred in front of an audience as punishment, and then becoming basically a zealot that's meant
Oh,
to,
I'm in
right?
trouble. Okay, hold on. I'm an
Right?
idiot. I forgot about Arbiter. I forgot about How did I
Yeah.
forget about Arbiter?
Think
Now,
of right?
okay, I'm gonna put him. I love Arbiter. He is probably right under Master Chief for my favorite Halo character.
Yup. And Halo 2 made that.
But let me tell you this: Sniper Jackals.
Yeah, and poopy textures. God.
Poopy textures. They got rid of
Sean,
the.
bring
They
up
got.
a just a close up screenshot of the scorpion texture. Jesus Christ. Did somebody just use MS Paintbrush spray for 5 minutes and go, "Yup, that'll do"?
That'll do her. That'll do her. Let
Yeah,
me.
I think we can call a solid C on the Halo
Hold,
2.
I'm not done yet. Let me complain a little
You're
bit.
not done.
My biggest pet peeve of Halo 2 is they got rid of the assault rifle. And they
Hmm.
dual wielding doesn't matter.
So I'll actually agree with you on this. I think Halo 2, other than the battle rifle, has some of the worst guns in Halo. Like the Magnum, they totally ruin. There's no assault rifle, which I'm not saying the assault rifle is actually that good. It's good in Combat Evolved. It sucks in every game after, but it's not around in Halo 2. Um,
I would say I like it in Infinite, but I don't know if I would consider it amazing.
all right. The weapons in Halo. Look, there are good additions, like Akimbo, but they don't have enough punch. They don't feel punchy. Like
Okay, how about this? I will give Halo 2 one thing. I do believe Plasma Sword was Halo 2.
true.
And Plasma Sword, I think, is the only space sword that you can even bring up in the conversation with a lightsaber. We're gonna give it a solid C.
I will run with C.
Uh,
Halo 3, S tier, straight to the top, no questions asked. Easy money.
I don't think there's a thing about Halo 3 that you could unironically say is not at least good. The
The
campaign,
plot, the
amazing.
campaign, the plot, holy shit, it's fantastic. And
Warthog
Cortana's not
Run,
even there for half of it. Like
Warthog Run.
Warthog Run, the whole Arbiter and Chief being buddies now. It's fuck, man, I love that. They're bros.
I think that Halo 3 is my second favorite Halo
I
game.
think I probably agree with that.
It definitely, I think, that was peak Halo multiplayer. I don't think anyone will argue with me that Halo 3 did not have the best I mean, it just did.
Halo 3 was the peak. It was the top of the hill.
King of the Hill.
Trillionaire. No,
Billionaire.
but I mean, like the weapons are really good. The story is fantastic. Um, I like the gameplay and the maps. They added things like the special utility. I think that's a great little
I
feature.
Wait, which game was it where
Brent,
Chief is running and he sees Cortana in uh like on a console or whatever, and, and she goes, "Me, your head now." I think Halo 3 should never be touched for a remake or a redo. You can re-release it. You know what I mean? Like you can re-release Halo 3. Modern consoles don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Don't touch the graphics. The graphics look amazing. It's on an Xbox 360, and just going from Halo 2, this dingy kind of looking game. I don't look. I think any Halo game, and when I say any, I mean any Halo game can compete with any other first-person shooters best.
I would agree with that, with the caveat of Halo 1 is very old, so it would have to compete with older games. But yes.
I would say Halo 1 versus any Modern Warfare any Call of Duty pre Modern Warfare is a slap. Halo 1 versus Modern Warfare, Halo 1 all day, every day, but Modern Warfare is really good. The only time I think it would get beaten is Modern Warfare 2.
It's, okay, totally separate tangent. I actually don't like Modern Warfare 2 that much, and I like MW3 better, but
that's a separate thing.
That's another issue. That's another issue.
That is a separate issue. All right. It's hard to put into words what Halo 3 is. So I'll just say that even if the game was dog shit, awful, the fucking commercials would put it at least a C. That is how good the ads were for this game. The Believe campaign, it was amazing.
This was peak Halo. Halo 3 was peak Halo. But the next one to talk about is Halo 3 ODST. That, if I'm not incorrect, came after Halo 3. They've got the exact same art style.
What is it, Newman Bassa? Isn't that where you're at?
Yeah, it's actually taking place during Halo 2. In fact, the mission starts right as Regret's Covenant carrier jumps to light over New Mombasa, which in Halo 2, I think you're kind of led to believe that the whole city gets nuked. But in Halo 3 and ODST, it's like, nah, man, it was just a really big shockwave. It kind of busted shit up. Or, sorry, ODST benefits from taking the best parts of Halo 3 and putting a completely new vibe on the game.
Yes, I would argue it's somewhat of a different genre.
I would agree. It's a very noir.
It's noir. It's sad. It's drab. It's raining the whole time. You are not an invincible warrior. You are not the Master Chief. You are just a guy. You are just a man.
Yet, I feel like it's I think it speaks a lot to the developers being able to take pretty much the exact same game engine and graphics. Like, it's not even a different art style. And being able to put such a fantastic twist on the way the game feels and looks with nothing but a little bit of lighting, some environmental effects, and a saxophone playing one sad tune.
I have really good memories with this one too.
Yes, great game.
Great game.
And it had a little bit of fun with a little taste of an open world feeling, which made you feel a little more free as the player, and I liked that too. Because you don't actually have to play the missions in order. You can play them out of order if you go to the wrong areas at the right time. Yeah, it's great.
What else? S tier. Last thing, Nathan Fillion, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nathan Fillion. That's all I need to say.
Okay, so it's Nathan Fillion, it's Alan Tudyk, and it's
and other
Baldwin.
actors.
It's Adam Baldwin. So this no, I don't think they're related. So this is interesting, actually. Adam Baldwin plays the what's his name, like fucking Hutch or something. A really grumpy dude.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Tudyk plays Mickey, and Nathan Fillion plays Buck. And one thing that makes this game a little bit extra special is that all three of those actors are also main characters on a very niche cult classic show called Firefly that got canceled partway through its season. So for me, it's also special because I'm basically getting to see the same actors and characters have fun in a Halo game, like a Halo environment. So that's a cool thing to ride alongs for.
I mean, 3 S's in a row.
Bam.
I don't know. I think, unironically, Halo Reach has the best story in any of the games. It has the most impactful mission. Objective survive. I mean, that is. I will put that up against any level of any game ever.
So I would agree. The only thing that Halo Reach lacks within Halo is the Master Chief, and that's because he's him. You know, like that's a huge part of the game that isn't there. But I think it makes up for that fact by having such a good story that it doesn't make it clear from the start, but it hints at it the whole damn time that you're going to lose.
Yeah, you're fine. What is I saw a video and I thought it was super interesting. Is I forget what level it is, but you're on a beach. Like the ending is on a beach of a certain level. And it does not matter how long you wait to finish the level and get onto like one of the choppers. The Covenant will continue to send forces. You will never win that battle. You have to leave. Like there is like in other Halo games, like you can kill all the enemies in an area and then you'll be done. But it does not matter. The Covenant will continue to send their forces no matter what. Because in this game, you will lose. You will lose. No one. You are the last. I think in everyone's head, like you are the last line of defense, and then you slowly see every single member of your team die.
Except for June. What the fuck did June do? He just fucked off right at the end there.
Ooh, the sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to June?
He's like, I'll get Halsey to safety. See you guys. And then we proceed to see the last three just get mowed down one mission at a time.
Let's see. I think the best death was George. Hands down.
Well, that's easy. You know, that's easy.
Second best, I forget, what was her name? The girl with the robot arm. Cat, yeah. Cat was the second best just because it was such a fucking, like, what?
Yeah.
Man.
So, I want to go back to George's death for a second because I love how, like, one thing that I think is a little lacking in Halo Reach is the Spartans don't feel as Spartan-y. Like, they don't feel as ridiculously powerful as the Master Chief does. But there's one part where I'm like, that feels like a Spartan. And it's where George picks you up by the chest.
Yeah, and he throws you out. And he throws you out.
And all of a sudden you realize that George is like 3 feet taller than you, and you're like, my God.
Well, I would argue that the fact that you are playing Spartans who are not Master Chief is a plus. The lack of this game makes you think of the other Halo games in a new light of just how fucking important he is to the franchise, to this universe.
I mean, like, and that is such a true. It's so true because, like, in Halo 3, yes, in Halo 3, Crow's Nest, the first time you hear from Truth again, the last prophet, he's like saying how fucked humanity is. He even calls out Sierra 117. He literally says, not even your demon can save you. And I'm like, dude, you're just You're just trying to make yourself feel better if you're literally calling out one dude.
What was it? It was in Halo 5 where there's a clip I saw that was like Locke was talking to Arbiter and was like, "You used to call Master Chief Demon. Is that a insult or was that like out like a compliment?" And he goes, "Oh, an insult for sure, but one that is mired in respect." And I'm like, "No." And that's what makes Reach. I think that's what makes Reach so cool is that Master Chief isn't the only Spartan. But when we get down to brass tacks, he's one of the only Spartans that gets shit done. He's one of the only ones who really can. It took a whole team to almost do what Master Chief can do and has done.
Yeah. Okay, another thing about Reach, the armor customization. I might add, in-campaign armor customization.
Yes! Yeah, baby.
I can't think of any games that old that do that kind of customization so well. Like that competes on the level that like Red Dead does to an extent. Like
I would say they're very different, but I would also agree with you that like well, no, I would say it does way better than Red Dead. If you're comparing Red Dead 2 to this, then yeah. Red Dead 1 did not have that much customization. Like
yeah, no, I mean Red Dead 2, where like you can change your whole outfit and your facial hair and your
yeah, but that
whatnot.
just like gives it such a like for specific things. Yeah, it's competing with modern day games that are classics in their own right.
Yeah.
It is just I would believe Halo 3 is the best Halo game. Halo Reach is peak Halo. And it's so funny that you don't even need Chief for peak Halo. The world is strong enough on its own. You need elements of Chief in the show.
Right.
In it. You need to be like look what just having this game is just to show how cool Chief is, but like you don't exactly need it.
There is one thing that always peeves me off a bit about Reach, though, and I don't know if this is explained better in like other forums, and a lot of people who like read like the Reach books are like, "Oh, this game's stupid because they totally ruined the plot. There was already a good plot for it." But fuck those guys. Anyways, the one thing that peeves me is that at the very end, you see Chief in the cryopod on the Pillar of Autumn as it takes off. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Because he wakes up from a cryopod when they get out of slip space. But also, was Chief not busting his ass on Reach for that entire campaign? He's just taking a nap? Or, like, did he get his ass whooped and needed to get...
We need you.
Yeah. It's like Superman didn't show up and we're like, what are you doing, dog? And he's like asleep on the couch with a bag of potato chips.
Superman didn't show up, and we're dealing with the East Coast Justice League with Guy Gardner and Hawkman. Yeah, they can be cool, but we need Superman. We're getting into the not 343 games.
No, you mean we're getting into the 343 games.
Oh, we're getting out of the Bungie games.
Yes. Out of Bungie into 343.
Now, I'm going to put Halo 4 where I think it deserves to be.
I think I'll probably agree with you.
I'm willing to have it be shifted. Hold on, it's being funky.
I thought you were dropping it in F for a second. I was like, what?
B. I believe Halo 4, strictly on its story alone, deserves B tier. It follows the rule. Hold on, just really quick.
Go ahead.
It follows the rule of there's no such thing as bad pizza. like, yeah, it's not the best gameplay of Halo. It added sprint. I did not like that. It added his armor. I know is a controversial take. You have a funny take about that too, but
I do. I do. We'll get into that as soon as you
yeah,
finish your thought here.
I think they made Master Chief a character, and that's worth a B tier. Now, it being above Halo 2 looks a little funny, but we're just gonna live with that, alright?
So let me approach this for a second because I would actually say that it could go one higher. I
You
would actually
think
say it could be an A.
A?
I think it could.
I'm willing for it to go up. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So first, the plot. I really like Halo 4's story. I genuinely enjoy it. It's kind of a new vibe. It's like the first time people are starting to treat Chief like he's old. They haven't totally done it yet, but there's this like element of, hey, you haven't been around and we know what we're doing, so get out of our way. And that is a really weird feeling, but I think it's a cool feeling. It's like, man, Chief hasn't been around for a while, and Cortana's kind of fucked. Like,
Oh my
this is new
god.
ground,
Oh
you
my
know?
god. The relationship between Chief and Cortana is
And
pitch
fantastic. Now,
perfect
now,
here.
Halo 4 did not create that relationship. Halo 3 did most of that heavy lifting, and some of Halo 2. But Halo 4 played it off so nicely. They worked off of that and they made something that I really enjoy. I like the gameplay. I actually, to an extent, like Sprint. I like. Oh, to back up for a second, Halo Reach. I think it's super cool that they have abilities. The fact that one of them is Sprint pisses me off.
I think Armor Lock would be the worst one.
I so I actually Uh, kind of agree with that, but it's surprisingly useful on Lasso. You can survive wraith shots really well with that.
See, I'm thinking more of a multiplayer.
Oh yeah, useless on multiplayer because then they just sit there and
Oh,
watch you
not
see you
not
pop them.
useless. It's annoying. It's just fucking annoying on multiplayer.
Anywho, no, I really like Halo 4, and I think I have to give 343 credit. Like I think they did a really nice job on it.
I
People
think
get kind of pissed about the enemies, the Forerunner enemies, but I think they added a new level of shit to the game.
I think that
Like
they have the Forerunner guns are awful. I hate the Forerunner guns.
so, I really like the shotgun, and I like the incinerator cannon, and the pistol's not bad actually, but I think the problem is that they look kind of dorky and they don't feel like they have a lot of punch, especially the rifle and the pistol and the machine gun. Like the three, like pretty much forerunner copies of battle rifle, assault rifle, and Magnum. They feel so weak.
Yeah.
They don't feel cool. They're weak sauce. That
I
said, I actually really like most of the other guns in that game and think they've got a nice punch to them.
I definitely want to say that Halo 4 has I say it has a weak main antagonist, but it has a fantastic ending.
I think it also benefits from having a mix of antagonists, like the captain of
Yes,
UNSC Infinity.
yes, yes.
Like he's such a dick.
Wait, hold on. I'm telling you to surrender that ship now.
To surrender that AI? No, sir. Yes, I love that. It's good. It's good stuff.
Like, what is
Okay,
he gonna
now
do? What is he gonna do to Master Chief? What the fuck are you gonna do? You're like 90.
Kenny's calling the chief old. I'm like, dude, you gotta pick your
The
cards.
Chief could bench press a fucking school bus. You have a walker at home. You are not the same.
Okay, now on to the really controversial piece, because I think most people
Hold
in
on, hold
general
on,
thought
hold on,
Halo
hold on,
4 is
hold on. We're keeping it at B or we're putting it at A because I'm
I
willing to.
I,
I'm will.
I want to move it up to A. I'm ready to move it
We're
up to
moving
A.
it up to A. You know what? We should do a Halo 4 stream, showing Halo 4 a little love.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I would dig that.
All right.
Okay,
Halo
now for
5.
the big wait. First, there's the big interesting issue for me on Halo 4.
Oh yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes. You go off.
so, um, I've never met someone who agrees with me on this opinion, um, to any extent, and the disagreement, it can be quite strong at times. Master Chief's armor in Halo 4 is my favorite armor. I love the way Master Chief looks in Halo 4. I love the curve of his armor plating. The only thing that's lacking is his cock plate. Like, he's practically balls out down there, but the chest plate is amazing. I love the shoulder blades. The gauntlets are great. The boots look awesome, and the fucking helmet is the best helmet. I Look, Halo 3's armor is great. It's the classic. It's that peak Halo era armor. But I love Halo 4's armor. And that's not for other armor types. It's mainly just the Chief. It's just him. Other armors look kind of goofy and weird. The Chief looks amazing. And I don't want it to change.
All right, man. My favorite Halo armor, honestly, Infinite. I think Halo Infinite they got something there, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now,
Yeah.
Halo 5.
Boom.
All right.
Oh, Halo 5.
I have an idea.
You go ahead and drop it, and we'll see what happens.
Dog, it's not that good. It's not
So,
that good.
Okay.
As a game, it's fun. As a Halo game, it is disappointing. They tried too hard to make it esports. Now, people call it Call of Duty. It is not Call of Duty. I've heard people be like, well, they're just Call of Duty-fying it. And I'm like, just because you can aim down sights doesn't mean it's Call of Duty-fying it. But, oh my god. I hate advanced movement. In the campaign, you fight the same boss like 4 times.
The big guy.
Yes. The story, I don't think, honestly, I remember it being a little more complicated than it had to be. And they set up a bunch of stuff, at least in the trailers, that it shouldn't have been. Of, like, the big fight between Locke and Chief. And Locke should not be able to fucking mess with Chief. It doesn't make sense.
See, okay, so I have to go on a little ride here, because I played Halo 5 back when it came out. It was like 2016-ish, around that time I played it. And I didn't like it that much. I was like, this is a C or a D. This isn't... alright, whatever. We'll see what happens with the next one. And then me and my brother replayed it together on Legendary. We played through all of the Halo games on Legendary, and now we're playing through them on Lasso together. And it's fantastic. It is such a good time. Fuck you, Halo 2. Everyone else, though, lots of fun. But we replayed Halo 5. You know, it was like maybe a year ago at this point, and I genuinely enjoyed myself. I had a good time playing the game. I had a good time watching the cutscenes. The entire time, I was like, you know, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but I've enjoyed the ride. This has been nice. And I put a couple reasons to that. First, the modern movement, the ADS, it's not like Halo, but it's also at least some admittance that the gameplay does have to change over time. Like, they couldn't keep rolling Halo Combat Evolved forever. If they did, it wouldn't be very good. Every game implements its own little upgrades. I think Halo 5 went over the top, but there are elements of it where I'm like, yeah, this is good, this works. The plot. I happen to like the plot. I enjoy this like duality of teams that's going on. I think that it's cool that Cortana's coming back as an antagonist in this one, which people don't like, but I don't think that means it's a bad story, if that makes sense. You don't have to be happy about it for it to be a good story. But I think people were mad about it because they're like, oh my gosh, how could Cortana be evil? And I'm like, well, for one, she kind of exploded at the end of the last game. And for two, she's getting that whole AI power trip thing. I'm like, that's a cool concept to explore. Like, it's not a new thing, but it's not a bad idea to take a look at that. Um, the art style, not great, not great, especially the other Spartan's armor. Um, fucking goggles chick on Master Chief's team. Dear God, I don't know how that passed review. But I like the game, and I like the Locke Master Chief fight. It's a cool fight to watch, and I think it's a reminder that Chief is kind of old. Like he's been doing this for a long time, and I'm okay with that. One of my big problems is that like the Chief and the Arbiter don't really hang out that much. Like I wanted to have a conversation between them where you're like, oh yes, old friends reunite. Hell yeah. All right, floor is yours. Takes, thoughts.
I would agree with you that I think when people are upset about Cortana being the antagonist, I am definitely one of those people, but I will not knock it for that because that is just the story they chose. Um, they just tried too hard at a game where microtransactions seeped into Halo. And I know every game series has that now, but that does not mean that I will not knock the specific game that started it, and it's this one.
So I'll agree with you on that. I never played Halo 5's multiplayer. I only played the campaign, and I would say there was good reason for that.
I definitely think it just too much potential was wasted. That's the only thing I could say about this game. It's a good game. It is
I
this is not what Halo 5 should have been. That's all I
I
really
will
would say.
I'll agree with that, but I also think that it is one of the most overhated games probably
Oh,
ever made.
like a bunch of people would put this at F. Like, no, it's a good game,
Yeah,
but
it's not.
just as the magnitude of what Halo can be, it's disappointing.
Yes, I'd have to agree. It could be a lot better, but I don't think it's a bad game, and I liked playing it.
All right.
So I think it comfortably sits at C. I think that's acceptable.
For now, Halo Infinite.
So this is a bit of a dilemma for me because I haven't played the campaign and I haven't played much multiplayer. And the reason for the multiplayer is I thought the time to kill was too long. And the reason for the campaign is like I've been playing all these games with my brother, I've been waiting on the co-op, which I think they kind of canceled.
Yeah, but okay, so this one is strictly on the multiplayer. I've
All right.
played a lot of Halo Infinite multiplayer, and here's what I'm going to say. I bought the first battle pass for Halo Infinite. Currently, right now, on that battle pass, I am level 99. Now, you might be thinking, Sean, you're one level away. Why don't you just do it? I have zero, none, no motivation to go back and play it. I have played those same 4 maps over and over and over. It is at nauseum. I think that the gunplay is great. I think the time to kill is good. I understand where you are coming from, saying it's a little long. I like it to be a little longer. I think the weapons in the game are amazing. The graphics are amazing. It has my favorite chief. I think the customization is garbage. I got a little off track, but what I'm trying to say here is that if Halo Infinite modeled itself, not gameplay wise, but update and microtransaction wise, more akin to Fortnite.
A gutsy thing to say, but I understand what you're getting at.
Because I understand it has a battle pass, and I do love that. I think, now if I'm wrong, say that I'm wrong, like someone can tell me I'm wrong. I think when a battle pass hits, and if you play during that battle pass, you keep it forever, and you could, because right now I could go and I could finish the battle pass right now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think every game should do that. I think they gave up on the game too soon. I think they gave up on the game too soon. I think they made a lot of promises that they shouldn't have made. I think that all it really needs, people are complaining, the gunplay is great. Big team battle, this, what is it, 16 versus 16? It's a little much. I prefer 8v8.
Well, Halo has always done well with smaller lobbies. Which is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. I the last thing I'll say about Halo Infinite is from what I have played of the campaign, the story is really good. It's not Reach level or 3, but it's really good. I have not beaten it because I ran out of Game Pass.
So yeah, I think it walks away with a solid B. And I'll be back when I've played this game with my brother to make a final determination.
2 should be in B.
So my issue is if that we were to do that, I would probably bump Combat Evolved up to A. Because I sat on it for a bit and I kind of decided, you know what? Doesn't matter that the graphics are dated. Doesn't matter that the gameplay's dated. It's one of those games that just shattered reality when it came out.
It was the first. It was
the
no. Hold
thing.
on, wait. We forgot to mention this. It was one of the first, or the first game to use the dual stick controller for first-person shooters. Like it was like the move with the left and aim with the right.
Yes, when
That
Halo
is how
came out,
revolutionary this is.
Halo Combat Evolved is an undeniably groundbreaking game, and I would actually argue that Halo Combat Evolved is probably the first. I'll say this with caveat, with a grain of salt. It's the first modern first-person shooter. Like, yeah, there's Doom, there's Castle Wolfenstein. Those are the first-person shooters. But the first game that you could play today and still say, yeah, this is a first-person shooter. This is like a modern game. Is Halo Combat Evolved. And dear God, Sean, it's 23 years old.
Like, you could play it today, and it's such a
I,
solid experience.
I do play it today. Me and my brother just finished it on Lasso a couple months ago, and we have a ball of it. It's a great game.
I
I
think
think
that
I think I
go
was
on.
wrong. It should be A. It
It's
should be
A.
A.
It should be A. I like this list. I feel bad that we were pretty harsh to Halo 5, but I think we were fair.
I think that that is a good way to put it because people who would put it in D or F, I think just have a they want to dislike it. And I think if you look at the game and you make a couple of observations and you don't hate it just because 343 made it, it's actually a pretty all right game. I think it's
Now,
probably the worst Halo game, but that's not saying much when all the other ones are so good.
it's true. Now, if you had to give just a couple sentences about Halo as a franchise, what would you say to give a little ending to this?
I would say that Halo is the game franchise that you grew up on and that grew up with you. Like, Call of Duty has been around forever, and I've always enjoyed the Call of Duty games. But I never would look back at a Call of Duty game and think to myself, God, I want to run through that entire campaign again, mission for mission. I want to feel all the emotions of it. I want to watch the chief do his thing. I want to watch the team on Reach all die one by one. You come back to those games over and over because they're part of you. And I don't think there's a better way to sum up Halo. It's a part of our childhood and it's a part of our adulthood, and I don't think it's going to go away, at least for me, ever. I will keep replaying these games.
Yes. Now, for me, what I want to say about Halo is, I believe Halo, just looking at it without any nostalgia, is genre defining without nostalgia, and with it, it somehow grows beyond that. I think, like you said, the Call of Duty comparison. Call of Duty is what was it? It used to be Call of Duty was eked out on multiplayer just in the slightest. But you didn't buy Halo for the multiplayer. It was one of the best things in it. But that's not what you bought it for. You bought it for the campaign. You wanted to experience the story, you wanted to hear the music, you wanted to live and breathe in this world, this dystopian world, and you are the only one who can help it, and you are this unbelievable badass who can't help but just destroy and just be this demon. And in the same vein, I think Halo, its best moments are the quiet moments of Master Chief in Halo 4 fidgeting with his gun because you're seeing him nervous. That's him being nervous. Or watching Cat die.
Yeah.
I would say watching Cat die is another one of those moments. All of ODST.
Yeah.
I just think this series has done so much, and in the same vein, it has so much potential. And people will be upset with Infinite. This series could make nothing but bad games from now on. And every time there's a Halo about to be released, I'm like, well, it's Halo. So there's potential here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if it'll be the same anymore. It'll change and it'll grow in some ways and maybe it'll decay and die in others. But this set of 6 games and this set of 7 games, I'll let Halo 5 live in it because Halo 5 Halo 5 is kind of the end of the era for me. Before like we see a change up with Infinite, like a real like shift. Because what was it? It was like 5 years that they didn't release a Halo game.
Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah, but so that original set of 6 games, I think, basically just pins itself up on the Hall of Fame of games that are not going to be forgotten. They're they are there forever.
If there is a Mount Rushmore of games, I don't know how you do not put Halo on it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, Halo is Xbox. It will always be Xbox. I think Halo Infinite is what, as disappointing as some elements were, I genuinely believe it was the right step to take.